Well, welcome to this morning's video. We're gonna do two things in today's video. I'm gonna go over my MSR Revo Explore snowshoes. I've had them a year now, and I wanna do my first review on them. I wanted to wait until I had some actual time in these things. And let me tell you, with this year's snow, I've definitely had time to use these MSR Revo Explorers. I also want to show everybody a trail that Ava and I like to hike here in the high peaks. It's here in Lake Placid. It's called the Brewster's Peninsula Trail. I know you can't see that sign right there, but I'll show you that sign here in just a second. But the long part of the trail is 2.16 miles. The Jackrabbit Trail cuts through here, which is a infamous ski trail here in Lake Placid. It goes through Keene, Saranac Lake, a couple other places, which is just crazy to me. I mean, how far that trail goes. But the main trail that we're doing today is 2.16 miles if you take the long loop all the way around. We got 4 to 6 inches of snow yesterday, 20-25 mile an hour winds today. It is actual temp 16 degrees, and real feel right now is -1 here in Lake Placid when we start. So we're going to be breaking some trail today with those MSR Revos. I'll do a bunch of talking about them, go over some of the features, whatnot. I'll also do a bunch of talking about the trail. Thanks for joining us, Redneck Hippie. We're here in Lake Placid. Let's get this done today. Show you a couple things on the snowshoes. So here's your bindings. You can see here the red releases it. This is your kind of like ratchet right here. But the good thing about it is I always leave my back strap wherever it needs to be on the back of my boot. Once I put them on for the first time and get them adjusted, I leave that strap where it is. And then this, I just pull all the way out. My foot lifts right out of the snowshoe, and down the road I go. So if you look, this is one-hand operation here. Slide that in, ratchet it however far you need, press the red button, one-hand operation, all of those. So you're gonna see the aggressive side rails on these snowshoes, and you can tell I've had mine for a while. You're gonna scratch them, they're gonna get rough on the front, on the edges, you know, that happens. But this is a year in, okay? And the rotating, you know, it rotates, the heel or toe lock rotates and acts as kind of like a crampon right there, the way that rotates. And then you got a nice stretch of metal here that is aggressive on its traction. And you got a little bit of plastic here, a little bit of plastic here for your traction as well. What else? Oh yeah, we almost missed it. So here's your heel lock for when you're going up the hills, up steep terrain. You just pull that up, locks into place, and it's done. Then you can push it back down just like that. And I can do all of that with my hiking and trekking poles. Good thing about this, depending on if you want to wear more winter boots, say you're that kind of person that you just want to wear winter boots, the heavier boots, you can adjust this by moving this way to make it larger, or this way to make it smaller. I'm on the smallest it is right now. I just didn't like how tight I had to do it, so that's why I moved them to the smallest setting, both of mine. And that is the Revo Explore. Well, today we got some good snow last night again. So we're out here at the Peninsula, and I thought I'd do a video about my MSR Revo Explore snowshoes. Been a while since I've done a video. It's a gorgeous morning, a little chilly, but it's still a gorgeous morning. I got my snowshoes on right now, and we probably got 4 to 6 inches of fresh snow here in Lake Placid, and obviously, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty windy, so there's some good drifts and whatnot. But you can see my shoes are going right through it. I contribute that to the design that MSR has come up with for their shoes. What I want to do now is talk about some of the features and some of the selling points of the MSR Revo Explore snowshoes. So the MSRs, they come in 22-inch or 25-inch. To determine which ones you'll need, it'll be up to you based on your hiking style, stuff like that. It also has a lot to do with how much you weigh, determines what size snowshoe you wear, and what kind of hiking you're doing, whether it be true mountaineering, whether it be, you know, something like what I'm doing today, taking the dog for a walk, or just everyday use. Kind of just depends on the user and what they're wanting to use them for. They have super rugged durability, which meets all-day hiking comfort in the snowshoe, which to me, I think that's pretty good. You know, they are rugged, they're very well built, a lot of durability. Mine, I've actually used them for a year now. Hey, hey, I've used them for a year, and to be honest with you, these are a pretty good set of snowshoes. The hyperlink binding is for easy use to get in and out of these snowshoes. No fumbling around with straps, no fumbling around with, you know, anything that you can't do with your gloves on with these snowshoes. You can strap them up with your gloves on. You don't have to take your gloves off. You can buy spare straps to carry with you, because we all know something gets super cold, it becomes brittle when it comes to plastic and can break. So with that, that's a good thing. You know, it just, they've thought about that already. Wow. And are being sure to do what they need to do to make sure these snowshoes are a great one. They got a rotating binding which allows for a natural stride. That, I think, is important. You're not having to adjust how you walk just to accommodate the big clodhoppers that are on your feet. The ergonomical televator heel risers saves you a lot of energy on the steep slopes. And I can operate the heel risers with just my poles, my trekking poles, which is really nice when you think about it. To be able to just flip those up and then flip them back down with just your poles, you know, so you don't waste a lot of time having to make adjustments when going up and down steep slopes. The aggressive side rails deliver lateral gripping and stability, which to me, that's huge. When you're on a steep slope in snow, maybe some ice underneath, ice on top, you truly want to make sure that your snowshoes have the grip that is needed to stabilize your walking platform. They're compatible with flotation rails, but those are sold separately. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know anything about the rails. But you can see I'm breaking probably 4 to 6 inches of snow right here, and it is not bad. It is not bad at all. Let's enjoy some beautiful scenery. The dog's loving it. I'm loving it. We're out here just having fun, having a good time, trying to do a product review, getting a little warm already. Trees are actually coming over a little bit today, the trail, because they're getting heavy with the wet snow and whatnot. Wind is whipping today, that is for certain. The wind is whipping. This walk is 2.16 miles that Ava and Nicole and I usually do. Usually takes about 45 minutes, but I have a feeling with the snow, and as deep as it is, it may take us just a little bit longer today. One thing I've noticed about winter hiking is it is super difficult to regulate your temperature based on the clothing that you wear, based off of the terrain that you're hiking. If you don't regulate your temperature and you start sweating too much, especially on a day like today where it's windy. You will get super cold super fast, and getting super cold super fast leads to hypothermia, frostbite, all kinds of problems. And in the remote North Country, that is not what you want. You have to learn, bring extra clothing, bring warmer clothing, bring cooler clothing. You have to bring a sleeping bag just to be on the safe side that something happens and you need rescued. More than likely, you're gonna end up having to spend the night, depending on where you are and how far away from the nearest trailhead you are. You know, so but these snowshoes, they just glide. I mean, I'm breaking trail, but I'm not breaking feet, you know, feet of snow. I'm not breaking feet. We're talking about 4 to 6 inches. Obviously there's some drifts that have came across here that's probably a foot high, maybe 18 inches. But I really believe it's because of the design in the snowshoe. The open housing in the front, see if I can get that, where my toe is, that open housing right there. So you're not pushing snow, you're going through the snow. Yeah, are you doing work? Yeah, absolutely. But in the same sense, it is making it easier to get through here because of that. I mean, just beautiful. The snow and the trees. Ava, hey. It's just good stuff. A lot of people complain about winter. If you just dress for it, it can be a super enjoyable and beautiful time of the year. You just have to dress for it and find activities that you're not just standing around doing nothing.
When there's a storm raging in your soul, you gotta thank God that you're still growing old. If them demons you're fighting won't go away, drop on your knees and pray. Life can get hard sometimes, I know. You gotta get up and walk the straight and narrow. When they're chasing you down with an old bloodhound and you're running through the fields for your life, you gotta get up, son, I know they're gunning for you. Don't let the thoughts of yesterday crowd out the visions of today. Don't let your past define your name. We will all be judged the same someday by life can get hard sometimes, I know. You gotta get up and walk straight and narrow when they're chasing you down with an old bloodhound in your.
We can see the signs here. So, hey, Ava, hey. We're at the split here. Lakeshore Trail, this way, that's the way we're gonna go. Parking area, this is like a fire road. I mean, they could actually fit a truck down this, but it's a bailout point. If you'd like to go straight back to the parking lot, you can do that. The signs up here, yeah, it's not very well taken care of, but let's continue. We're gonna go on the Lakeshore Trail, and then I'll lead us right back to the parking lot. Boundary this it's about a half mile from here around to the basically the fire truck trail that we just came on. We're gonna take a half-mile detour. Gets a little tight here in spots, but it is navigable and it's really, really nice. It's beautiful back in here. Thing they have is signs about some of the plants and wildlife and aquatic activity that goes on that you can look at. You know, this one's talking about bear food and the American beech tree, because the bears love beech trees. There's another split right here. I've never been that way, but we're going this way. Ava, come on. So I can't tell you what's down there. Haven't really looked at it, but we're really close to the shore of Lake Placid Lake. About, I don't know, maybe a little more than a quarter of a mile from here. You'll come up to the dam. It's a great spot to swim, hang out, have a picnic. Not this time of year, but swim, hang out, have a picnic. During the summer months, it's gorgeous. I assumed this would be drift laden because of the way the wind's coming off of the lake. So another drift. Ava has no problem. But again, these snowshoes are just going right through it. It's very nice, comfortable. We're a little over a mile in, and zero complaints about my shoes, my boots, my heels, my toes. Just, it's very, very comfortable. When I hike in my snowshoes, I do not use like pure winter boots. I use OBOZ Bridger boots. They're waterproof, they're insulated a little bit, like 200 grams, but some smart wool socks. You're constantly moving, and my feet never get cold. The caveat to this is during hunting season, my feet will get freezing cold because you're sitting still. But this, you're actually working. So, here, Ava, move, move, move. And again, a big drift right there. Break right through it. I mean, zero problems with that. And not, I mean, I didn't have to go far to break through that, but it was almost effortless to get through there. Almost effortless. There we go with some more decent snow drifts here. Ava's kind of trapped in the trail. Man, it is beautiful out there, but that's Lake Placid Lake right here. It's completely frozen over solid, and it's acting as a wind tunnel right now. Okay. It's hard to actually pick out where the trail is right here, but nice little blue marker right there. Keep us at least close. Just gotta look for them. Pay attention. Don't get in a panic. Try to just pick your way through. You'll come into some spots that aren't blown over, and makes the trail hard to see again because all the snow, but that's part of the adventure. You know, we're a little over 30 minutes, I think, into this trek. So this is always a beautiful spot. I love this right here just because it's so closed in, and with the snow on it, it just looks beautiful. And I am not cold at all. Like, I'm not cold at all. So I'll go over some of my equipment I'm wearing today. I got an EMS knit beanie, Eastern Mountain Sports knit beanie for my hat. I got an OR Outdoor Research net gaiter, waffled, which I don't even have up over my mouth because it just gets too hot. Then I have a EMS really thin wool hoodie. I'll show that once I get back to the house, that I like to wear. I have an REI 650 down puffy coat, but it's thin. Like, it's not thick, it's thin, which is really nice. Then we have, hey, let's see what else. Oh, I got 511 extreme cold weather gear base layer on my top. I have Bushmaster lightweight thermal layer on my bottom, an EMS Ascent pants, Eastern Mountain Sports Ascent pants. I have EMS gloves. I don't know which ones they are, so sorry about that. I have a pair of medium smart wool socks that I have on. We already talked about my OBOZ Bridger boots. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for my layers today. And today's temperature when we started was 16 with a wind chill of -2 and 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts of wind. So here's some more Boundary Road trail to the road where we parked. 0.3 miles Lakeshore Trail, which is the way we came from the Ridge Trail, is a ½ mile. So you can go up right there and that'll take you right to that like fire road or bailout road. And we're super close to the dam at this point. We're gonna come up to a dock first. Ava loves to swim and jump off this dock in the summer. She's gonna come out to that first. I'll show you. I think you'll really like it. The view's magnificent. Not sure how good the view's gonna be today due to the wind and the snow blowing across the frozen lake, but we'll see. All right, let's come over here. And you can barely see the dock, it's covered up with snow, but it's right here. Didn't go out there far. Hey, Ava. And you can see in the spring and summer, I mean, when you see out there, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. It's real shallow right here. You can walk out in there to the end of the dock. At the end of the dock, you're looking at probably about 6 feet of water. So, perfect swimming conditions up here at the dam. And here's the dam right here, which is really nice. They just redid it. They put some really nice rock features around it this summer, or actually it was this fall. They put the rock features around it, made it really nice. It's beautiful, stunning. Can't see it though. And you got a bridge. Ava, hey. So the bridge is part of a trail. This trail system goes on private land. The owners of the private land allow for the trail. So again, leave no trace, do what you need to do. But be mindful of that. You know, don't destroy other people's property. Ava, hey. One distinguishing trail that comes through the Peninsula Trail is the infamous Jackrabbit Ski Trail. I'll show you on the other side, but it goes right down through there to the left, and you can see the red sign for it. I'll show you a better sign for it up here where that comes to, because we're going to go right around and come on to the other side of the pass-through area. Man, what a great, beautiful morning. Had some coffee before we came out. Got some meal prep to do today. I'm down 16 pounds in four and a half weeks. Super excited. Started eating super healthy and super clean. Zero processed foods, no dairy, or well, I wouldn't say no dairy, because we do put cheese on our like beef and taco bowls and whatnot. But everything else, chicken, fish, beef, pork, vegetables, as many vegetables as you want, fruit, and all natural sugars. And man, I'm telling you, it's working. It is freaking working. And my protein, I've upped my intake on protein. Holy crapola. Let me tell you what about that. So I actually feel so much stronger and like have more energy just based off of that alone. My carbs have been, you know, way down, and I'm trying to keep it below 75 grams of carbs a day. Cut out bread completely. It's just, I don't know, it's awesome. Hey. All right. Come on. So yeah, this is what happens when the spruce trees, and not really pines, spruce, balsams, all that stuff, when they get all the snow on them, they start to bend over. I try to knock it off because it's stressful for the plants, you know. Ava, hey. Don't want them to, here. Fall over and die, especially such a young plant. Hey. So this trail is actually really easy. It's not considered any of the High Peaks trails, not considered any of the Lake Placid Niner trails. You know, if you watch the video, you'll see there's only maybe 2 or 3 inclines, and those inclines aren't even 30 yards long. So it's beautiful in here, lots to see. I have seen moose tracks in here. Haven't seen a moose, but I've definitely seen the moose tracks. Have seen some deer, some grouse. What else have we seen in here? Haven't seen any turkeys, but yes. So the infamous Jackrabbit Trail crosses right here. This is a huge ski trail system through the Adirondack Park. Not quite sure how long it goes or how far it goes, but it is. So Keene, Lake Placid, Saranac Lake, Paul Smith's. So if it goes through all of those, you're looking at almost 50 miles, if not more, of trail for the Jackrabbit Ski Trail. Obviously, it's open for walking, but it's mainly used for skiing. Hey. Here. If you don't use trekking poles when you go on a really long walk, you're missing out. Several years ago when I started hunting turkeys and deer in Kentucky in Pike County, I bought my first set of trekking poles. And I'm telling you what, it makes walking so much easier. I don't know why, can't explain why. So if you know why, please post something in the comments to help us out. Back on my initial trail here, heading right to the truck, which I got a new Toyota Tacoma Brand new 2025 Gen 4. Getting ready to deck it out for all camping and all that good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and start the truck from my phone. That way it's nice and warm for us when we get up to it. Yeah, if you're a bare booter, please don't walk on the trails this time of year. Go rent you a pair of snowshoes, buy you a pair of cheap snowshoes, depending on what you're doing. The skiers and the snowshoers really like to keep the trails groomed. And your bare boot causes post holes, which could actually injure people on the trail. So do all of us a favor. If you're walking these, you know, little trails, go get you a pair of cheap snowshoes. That'll work for what you're doing if you're going out to walk your dog, or a pair of cross-country skis, because it is a law in the Adirondack Park. If there are over 8 inches of snow, you must have snowshoes on your persons at all times. So be mindful of that, be respectful of the trail, and that will help everybody. Don't forget, sign in and out at your trail registers. This is what they look like. I'm going to go get Ava in the truck first. I'll come back, sign out. Hey. Come on. This is the parking area. Hey.